My name is Kenny. I'm one of the pastors here at Crossroads, and I want to welcome you to our space. You're standing in the lobby. We'll take a look at the auditorium, the chapel, and the kids area. But here in the lobby on a Sunday morning, you'll see wall-to-wall people packed with people who are building relationships, who are getting a coffee, who maybe are surrounding as their loved one is getting baptized or their friends getting baptized. Maybe they're getting information here at the connection desk, all within this space that is just a great common area for families to interact. Let me take you this way. We'll head over to the chapel. When you're doing a wedding or a funeral, for us, the chapel has been a great addition to be able to serve those events that maybe are a little bit smaller. So here in the chapel, it provides an opportunity for smaller groups to get together in a more intimate setting. And so a lot of weddings and funerals and other special events occur in this room. One of the neat features architecturally about our chapel here is kind of the floating floor that we've been able to achieve on the ceiling and the exposed the blocks on the side and then the glass all the way around. When you're driving by on the highway, it's the first thing you see. It's the most pointed thing you see. Outside the windows, if you could take an exterior look, you would see that there's a pond kind of that goes around the exterior of the chapel and just provides an incredible look from the outside. One of the really neat, unique things about our space here in the lobby is this baptism area. And so the first Sunday I was here, we baptized 80 people in this pool in one day. It was crazy. And so one of the cool things though is that it connects to an exterior baptistry. So you have one on the inside, one on the outside, and inside provides a lot of flexibility and is a unique central feature here right in the lobby where you can stand literally this close to your loved one or friend or family member that's getting baptized while everyone in the auditorium gets to see that on the screen. Let me take you to the auditorium. The auditorium for us has been a great space that we've been able to use to serve the community in a variety of different ways, all sorts of special events, leadership conferences, high school events, middle school events, public schools, along with our main event on Sunday morning where we use this space to reach people for Christ. The auditorium here holds about 1,000 people. I think it's 1055 in the number of seats, and it is very spacious. The design was generated so that the speaker on our platform would have just a fantastic engagement experience. And this is our children's area, and specifically this is the preschool area. And inside of here we have about 8 classrooms for the 5-year-olds and up, and then a hallway of classrooms for the little tiny ones. It's been themed by an outside theming company, and this space is secure, it's functional, it includes an indoor playground for us, and as well as just a fantastic, engaging experience for kids, especially those who come for the first time that have never seen anything like this, that it breaks down those barriers about being afraid to stay, and it gives parents an opportunity to really stop and focus while they're in service, hearing God's word, and it gives them just an opportunity to really not have to worry about if their kids are having a good time. It's hard to look around here and think that they're not having a good time. Let me take you into what we call the barn. Originally, this was our student auditorium. Students would gather here on a weekly basis to worship. We, in our expansion, built a student facility, and now this facility, the barn, serves as a place where 3rd through 5th grade kids on a Sunday morning can gather and worship Him. We use this space for all sorts of other events as well. It's kind of a big multi-purpose space, but has really served as a great template for how we can reach kids around this city. Well, let me take you into our student facility. This is a facility we built in our expansion, and our students just got back from a great week at camp, so it's a little messy, but come on in and let's take a look at some of the cool things we've been able to do with this facility that's been built. Now, on a Wednesday night, I want you to imagine, instead of this place being packed with stuff, it's packed with 200 junior high kids that are smelly and sweaty, and they're tired of running around on the basketball courts, all in anticipation as they head into the auditorium to hear great music and a message about the gospel. And so this space has been really engaging and useful as we've continued down our journey of reaching students. One of the things we were able to incorporate into the design of this facility was a small sports complex just outside these doors. And it connects right to the student building where students can gather. They can play volleyball on a beach volleyball court. They can play basketball. They can gather together in the octagon for a game of gaga ball. Or they can just hang out on the porch and spend time having snow cones or getting a snack from these snack shops that we open up on the weekends and on Wednesday nights for our students. Just as an opportunity to engage and be a space where people can build relationships and spend time with one another. And so this is just not the way you normally see church done, and we think that people are responding to the gospel, to relationships as a result of us doing things perhaps just a little bit different. So this is, once the students are packed out in this little area here or come in from outside, they come into this kind of a holding tank room. This is actually my favorite room as a project manager on several different projects throughout my life. This room is my favorite thing I've ever been a part of building. And it's got walls that have TVs to kind of show what's going on the inside of the auditorium. It butts up against the auditorium, but it has these great little small group spaces all around with the ceiling that's kind of dropped in and floated so that they can just feel like it's a little more intimate. And on top of that, one of their peers here at the student facility, one of the peers were able to by hand draw out everything on that wall to provide inspiration and ideas and creativity and spur conversation in this room. What's been really cool is this room was designed to hold the capacity of the student ministry at the time that we built this facility, and so we should have been able to get all of our student small groups in this room, and which you know, roughly 50 or 60 or so of them, and now the student ministry is 4 times that size, and we've got students spread out all over campus in small groups, having conversations, building relationships, and talking about their walk in their faith with Christ. So let me take you into our last functional space. This is our student auditorium, and this has been a space that we really can use for anything. It's scalable, it's sizable, and so we love this space. But on a Wednesday night or a Sunday night, it'll be packed out with junior high or high school students, whatever night of the week it is that are meeting, and it gives us the capacity to have all of the cool technology we want to have and still generate an intimate atmosphere where people can be related to and feel like they're cared about. And so this has been one of the greatest spaces that we've seen life change happen in. And so we believe that students are not just the future, they are today. And so we are focused on reaching students and changing and being a part of transforming lives. You know, this has been a great tour because the space has been a fantastic space. One of the greatest things Beck has provided for Crossroads is the elimination of the fear that growth is painful. You know, for us, we know that we have a partner that we can go to with our needs and will help provide solutions. And those solutions come in the form of tools that are buildings that we can use to reach more people in the Permian Basin for Christ. And so as we grow, we hope that Beck will continue to grow alongside of us as they have to this point, and we can continue to partner together as God continues to hold His good hand on our ministry here in West Texas.